in Century City tonight at the beautiful Fairmont Hotel for the 6th Annual Critics' Choice Real TV Awards, honoring the best in unscripted television. Congrats on your nomination. You are presenting. What is your guilty pleasure to watch?
You guys, I watch YouTube and I watch chiropractic sessions. I love seeing people get the snot cracked out of them.
A little crack is you know, it's satisfying.
Sound is so satisfying, but to see people go from this to like, oh, it makes me so happy.
Talk to the pimple popper later, and I think it's the same. I think it's the same thing.
It is. Pimple popping, I watch Dr. Pimple Popper. And I also watch home improvement stuff. I like to see things I like to see things get better.
No one likes to get a pimple, right? But you have the tips. Like if you get a pimple, you wake up the morning of a red carpet like this, you have a pimple. What's the best thing? Is it to pop it? Is it to leave it, cover it?
Injected. That's the best thing. I mean, if you have a dermatologist in your pocket, or I'm a dermatologist, or your husband's a dermatologist, you can inject it, and it will make it go away within 24 hours usually.
So obviously, everybody knows you from Real Housewives of Atlanta. But what is your favorite reality show to watch?
I do love the beginning of American Idol. I love to see all the crazy guests with the crazy stories. After, that, I'm done with it. But I'm definitely Bachelor Nation. I never miss any Bachelors.
I love the Bachelors, too. I even really like the Golden Bachelor, even though it got some backlash.
I love the Golden Bachelor. That was my favorite. It really was, because I think, it's easy for a 20-year-old to find a date, but when you're a senior citizen, that might be a little more challenging.
Those ladies were funny. So tell us, what can we expect for you coming up next? Is there another season coming? I know there's always,
On Married to Medicine, we're actually in production right now as we speak. 25 Words or Less. It looks like I'll be on Pictionary. And so it's a lot of great things happening.
I want to ask you real quick. You have a memoir coming out. Is that correct? What can we look forward to from that?
Really seeing a very intimate, closer side to me, and kind of how I got here and why I am the way I am. Because I think seeing me growing up as a child and then getting pregnant at a young age, I think it will gain more perspective on why I do things I do and why I'm the way I am. And then I think it'll also give a lot of people hope and motivation. That's like, no one starts out here. I mean, I feel so blessed, but I never thought that I would ever be at this point. So most people never think that either, but keep working hard and keep pushing forward and doing like your very, very best.
I love it. Well, you're here. Last question. You're here at the Reality TV Awards. Do you have a favorite, guilty pleasure show that you're always watching?
I think probably The Golden Bachelor, because it took us up a whole new level, and I think that ABC did an amazing job, and I'm sorry that it didn't work out. But I think it's hard when you live in separate cities. I think we need to start doing, like Married at First Sight, like where they live in the same town, or Love is Blind, where they're coming from the same area. I think that's what ruins it.
Congrats on the nominations tonight. The show's nominated. What do you hope people take away from the show? If they're fans, if they're just tuning in?
I love that people always group We're Here as this trauma dumping show. Yeah. They call it the crying show. But ever since myself, Sasha, Jada, Latrice showed up, it's a mixture of the two. Yeah. You get to learn real stories, you get to get educated, and also laugh your ass off.
That's right. I hope people see that just joy and art are for everyone, and they should not be criminalized. And just how beautiful and how much fun it is.
What do you guys hope for Pride is the message? For June, what do you want people to be out there celebrating?
This is our moment.
Oh, this is our moment.
I think there's so much more that needs to be done. And Pride began as a protest. It's going to continue as a protest. Let's keep pushing, not just for ourselves, but for every person in need.
So you're here at the Reality Awards. Tell us what it means to be here tonight, also during Pride, to be celebrating.
I mean, just the fact that we are acknowledging the works that we're all doing in our different genres is amazing. But moreover, I'm thrilled and excited because We're Here is nominated in 2 categories, and I'm so proud of the work that we've been doing.
What does it feel to be honored here tonight for the amazing work that you guys have done?
First of all, it's a real honor. And a lot of these people here, the TV critics, have worked with me over the years, helped me do stories about missing children, not just criticize what we did or didn't do. They have helped me. People Magazine is one of those. They show pictures of missing children. So I'm getting an award from my peers, and it's a real honor, and I look at it as that. And now we're going to come back on Fox primetime probably late fall this year. The FBI and marshals said, John, you're the guy that catches the uncatchable, the guys that cops can't catch. Callahan. I asked him to join me as co-host. He works at the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, now works when we're filming on America's Most Wanted.
You are one of the most prolific hosts. He's probably one of the most prolific reporters in LA. What does it mean to you?
It means a lot. I mean, I just had such respect for Sam, and I think, you know, we're still, I think, reeling a bit. It's been a little over a month since we got that shocking news, and he had been on the air the day before, and he looked completely fine. He was talking to Jane Alexander, and he, to me, he was the epitome of somebody who loved his job, who loved the town he did it in, and embraced. There were so many tributes to him that generally talked about his generosity of spirit. And I think you could see that on the air, but also, as I'll say tonight, behind the scenes. You know, the causes he supported, the fact that he was on the board of directors of this very organization. I think it spoke volumes.
So, you know, I did stand up myself for 5 years, so I know how hard it is to be like funny on the go. But so it's intimidating. You guys are getting up there, you know, a room of Hollywood people.
Especially a room of Hollywood people, especially a room full of narcissists, especially a room full of people who maybe aren't used to having people poke fun at them.
Especially in front of a room full of housewives who are probably going to be drunk.
And whose faces haven't moved in 20 years. So how are we going to make them laugh?
How are we going to
I
know?
don't even know if they are laughing.
Dying, like literally cracking up, and it just looks like this.
I'll turn to my right and I'll be like, why are these people frightened? Oh no, they're
Oh, no,
smiling.
they're laughing. They're having a good time.
Hear laughter, but it won't look like their face has moved.
Can
Like
I
a
say
ventriloquist.
Can I say this about reality TV? It saved us. Like, it has saved us this last year. You think about a lot of new shows weren't coming out, so what were we doing? We were watching reality TV. And so we have like a love and a reverence for it, but at the same time, you know, we're going to cut it down.